I want to tell you why memory competitions will never become popular in their current state. Now, personally, I love memory competitions, and I know people who go to competitions love them as well. But it's not as entertaining for the audience to go to a memory competition and watch what's happening. And that's because people who are memorizing are looking at cards, piece of paper, or a screen, and that's it. So let me show you some footage of a memory competition. So this person currently and all these people are memorizing cards, and they're just looking at cards, and that's it. And so if you're watching this, that's all you're going to see. Nothing really exciting is going on, right? It's kind of boring because these people are just going through cards, and that's it. And that's the biggest problem we have, is that nothing really is happening for the spectators, for the audiences, when they're watching memory competitions. Nothing exciting is going on. So take football, for example. That's really popular and exciting, and that's because a lot of action is happening on the field, right? You're seeing a QB throw the pass down the field, seeing the wide receiver could run and catch it, outrun the defender. So a lot is happening. But also in sports, people actually get involved, right? They're cheering, they're yelling, they're getting mad at their team when they mess up. So the audience members could do things when the game's actually going on. When it comes to memory competitions, you can't do any of that. You have to sit there and be quiet because if you're loud or if you make a noise, you might mess up someone memorizing. Then they're going to complain like, hey, this person was doing that. Can I do a retrial and something like that? And so that's what makes it hard for people to watch memory competitions because they can't get involved. They can't do anything. I went to the XMT this year and someone got very upset because someone walked past when that person was trying to actually memorize the material. And so that person was like, hey, tell these people to stop moving around because that really distracts me. And the thing is, deal with it. What are you doing when you're training? If you're training, you train for these different distractions that may happen. You're not going to be competing, like you do at your house when you're at your computer, just you have headphones, and nothing's going to distract you. No, when you go to these competitions, you don't know what's going to happen. People might walk. People might drop something, and make a noise. And so you have to prepare for that. And people like this who complain about every single thing if it's not ideal are making it harder for memory competitions to get popular and to become really huge because no one wants to sit still at a memory competition, right? Just like, okay, I'm just going to sit right here, not make a noise, and just watch people doing something that looks kind of boring. And so when that happens, it's never going to get big. It's never going to go because no one wants to go there knowing that if I do anything, if I get up, if I sneeze, if I cough, I'm gonna get yelled at because I made someone mess up. I made someone mismemorize the information, and so that's the problem. But I have been on two game shows, and game shows are going in the right direction to make memory type stuff popular. So I was on Superbrain, a Chinese game show, and let me make sure that the settings are a little bit high. Oh, 48 is the top. Okay, and so this is some footage from the actual game show. So what makes the game show a little bit different is that people could see what you're doing, right? So there's cows, and you can see, me and my competitor, we're looking at these cows. So it's a little bit more exciting for the audience to see this type of stuff. But, when you go to just regular memory competitions, none of this is happening. You're just looking at a screen or looking at a piece of paper, and that's it. So the audience is like, whoa, what's going on? Is this person getting it? And as you can tell, they're cheering, right? And so game shows allow audiences to have a little bit more freedom to get involved into the actual challenge, right? But what happens as well is that the audience has to be quiet during execution. Yes, they can cheer at specific moments, but for the most part, when you're trying to do something, it's quiet because they're trying to allow the person to focus on the task at hand. So game shows are in the right direction, but it's still that fine line between, the audience isn't really that involved as well because, like say the next part, let me jump ahead real fast. So that's me messing with the cows. So we get to the puzzles right here. The audience, didn't make that much noise during the actual execution. When I hit the button or my competitor hit the button, that's when they were like start cheering. But when the actual memory or the actual execution of the challenge was going on, they were quiet. But during a football game, it doesn't matter if the teams are actually making a play or something. The audiences are always involved in the game. They're always cheering nonstop, making noise. It's never really quiet. And so that's what we have to get to for these memory competitions to make it really big, that the audiences can always be making noise, always be cheering or anything like that. And so that's the only way that these, that these competitions are ever going to get huge because no one wants to sit still and just watch something that looks very boring. Like, okay, that's cool. And the only excitement you ever get is, did this person get it right? Did this person get it wrong? How much did they get? And that's all. And so I think this is a really important point for people interested in memory competitions that want to see it bigger, but also that people want to observe, go to the members competition, just see what's happening. What would make it more entertaining for you? What do you need? What do you need there to be in memory competitions that will get your attention? Be like, hey, I'm going to tell my friend about this so he can see this, so it's really interesting. And so, if you have any ideas on how to make memory competitions more interesting or what you would like to see, let me know down below. But I think I have an idea on how it could be more entertaining for people. But there's some things I have to talk to some people about to see, if it actually get going. But yeah, I'll let you know what happens there, if we can make my memory competition more entertaining, because I would like a lot more people to go there and see it, because it's a really amazing thing to see these people memorize a lot of information in a short amount of time, because you don't see that every single day, right? And so if more people know about this, then more people are going to learn about memory techniques, like I teach in my program and all these different things, so they can start applying these memory techniques to their lives and start having more success, being more productive, and learning information a lot faster. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you have some ideas that you can share with me, because I would love to hear it. And yeah, I'll see you next time.